All right, we are live. Uh, nobody's here yet, but hopefully somebody comes. You know how funny that would be if we had not one single person join? I would have to cut the live. I'd be like, okay, nobody likes me. It is really hot up here too, by the way. Like blazing hot. Let's go ahead and see. With my little 1,000 subscribers, will anybody join the live? So far, we're at 0. All right. We are at 0. Where is... Looks like we got 3 minutes till the press conference. Still nobody's in here watching. If we could get like 3 people, like 3 live viewers, I'd be like so proud. I'd be so happy. Oh, snap. We got people in here. Okay. There we go. So somebody in the world likes me. Somebody. Somebody in the world likes me, man. Let's go. Shout out to Little Red Robin Hood. And shout out to Lady Freddie. Man, I almost never go live on this channel. And yeah, it's also because I work. But I just got off work. So now we are going to do live coverage of the Carlee Russell situation, because that situation is crazy. You literally have this girl. By the way, guys, hold on. Let me make sure I share my screen. Let me make sure I don't forget to do that. So here, we're going to share the screen. Shout out to the 3 of you that are in here. That makes me very happy. The goal was to just get 3 people. So the fact that we have 3 people in here is all I need. Share tab. What? Hold on. Share entire screen. There we go. Share system audio. Okay, there we go. So now my screen is shared. There we go. So here's the press conference right over here, guys. It's going to start in about the next 2 minutes. I did want to cover it. I don't know why my like videos is up, but okay, let's close that. Let's hide that. Oh my God, the comments over here are going nuts. So basically, I mean, there's no other way to really say it. Like, this girl lied, clearly. Like, no doubt about it. I kind of suspected that she lied, though. Like, when the situation first happened and she basically said that, somebody says, what's the backstory? I got you covered, George. So the backstory is there's this black woman named Carlee Russell. She's like 25, 23 years old, something like that. She created this fake story where at first everybody thought that she went missing. Nobody knew it was a fake story yet. Everybody thought she went missing. She claimed that she got kidnapped and she had like a scar on her lip. And she claimed that there was a baby on the side of the road. You know, like there was a toddler on the side of the road who police later found out walked about 6 football fields, like in terms of distance. They never found the toddler. She claimed she got kidnapped while she was looking for a toddler on the road. And police did this huge investigation because her story blew up. Her story became mainstream. Everybody was like, oh my God, find Carlee. We got to find her. She's missing. So it went a few days. Eventually, her parents found her. She was okay. They got her. And now basically the police did their investigation and determined that she lied. They haven't directly said it yet, but they're just kind of indicating that she lied based on like the last press conference we had. Now, this press conference is where we believe that they're going to just straight up come out and say, this girl lied. She was never abducted. There was no baby on the road. And we're going to press charges. That is what we think is going to happen, but we are about to find out. So, yeah, the podium's up here, but nobody's there yet. So that's just kind of where we're at with it. So for now, I'm just talking to you guys. George says, oh, yeah, the kidnapping thing. Yeah, I just didn't know her name. Oh, you're good. Yeah, I figured you heard about it. It's like a national story. So, yeah, I'm sure you heard about it. But yeah, shout out to you. Looks like some of you guys are new. I'm so used to people following me on here from the main channel. It's nice to see some new faces. I don't think I've ever seen you before, George, and I don't think I've ever seen Lady Freddie either. So shout out to the... Oh, we got more than 3 people in. We got 6 people. Okay. We got a nice little party going on. Shout out to the 6 people that are in here. Yeah, I did not feel like making a video. So I'm just like, you know what? I'll just go live. Going live is better. I get to watch the press conference. I literally just got off work like 3 minutes ago. It's 4 o'clock. So the press conference is supposed to start. But I don't know. I guess we're just kind of waiting. Guess we could go, we could just read the comments. Like, look at the comments to see what people are saying over here. If you guys could look over here, you can actually see comments. The comments are going nuts. So I guess it's going to be really hard to read. But I see a lot of people in here saying, lock her up, lock her up. She belongs in jail. Oh, there's a press conference started. My bad, guys. The press conference started. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Thanks to everyone for attending again today. I want to thank the members of our department and all of law enforcement who played a role in the investigation of this case. Last Wednesday, July 19th, we held a press conference and provided you with the facts of the Carlee Russell disappearance. We told you the investigation was ongoing. We helped you determine where Carlee was during the 49 hours of her disappearance. Today, I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road.
Oh my God, there we go. Okay.
My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or at any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter.
Wow,
Carlee,
this
again,
is crazy.
ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in Bessemer about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
Oh.
All right, with that, we'll take a few questions. As Officer Hale said, when I call on you, please state your name.
Wow, guys. So basically, she lied, like straight up lied, and she basically admitted it to her attorney. And now I guess the police are taking questions.
At this time, does the Hoover Police Department know the whereabouts of Carlee Russell during that 49-hour period that she was supposedly missing?
Now, as I said the other day, was talking facts and everything. If I said anything today, would just be speculation. Actual facts, we do not.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBTM 13. Can you tell us what her motivation was for doing this, if you can?
I wish I could tell you. I think only Carlee knows and maybe her attorney now. But again, the statement that we received from him does not indicate any.
For ETM WBRC, can you give us an idea of what charges you may be filing against her?
That would strictly be up to the district attorney's office.
David Lamb, CBS 42, can you update us so that there is a meeting scheduled for this afternoon with the family, or
No.
when is that meeting?
Yeah, no, not a meeting with the attorney, not the family or Carlee. We have a meeting scheduled with the attorney, and that will take place some point tomorrow.
And there is no meeting with Carlee Russell or her family at this point?
Not scheduled, no, sir.
For your chat, Fox 6, what's next to close this investigation?
Well, again, we want to talk to Mr. Anthony tomorrow and see if he has any more to discuss about the case. We'll certainly be asking if we'll get an opportunity to again interview Carlee like we've wanted to since she returned.
Chief Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.
Yes, sir.
Your reaction now, knowing that Carlee has admitted that this was made up.
Well, I'm glad that we got this. You know, we certainly laid the facts out to you guys and to the national media that had a lot of interest in this particular case. The sad thing is that again, there were so many people that were involved, took this thing very, very seriously, and again, we wanted the focus to be bringing her home. She got home. We're very excited about that. It is what it is. The facts, I think, last Wednesday pretty much showed that we knew that it was a hoax.
Lisa Crane with WBTM 13. Do you know the expense you went to during this search? And if you don't have a dollar figure for
That's a good question. Great question.
How big it was for you guys?
Well, it was all hands on deck, and we don't have a dollar figure yet, but
No dollar figure.
we're certainly working towards getting one, and not only ours, but there'll be other agencies that had a lot of support that they gave us and had monetary expenses themselves.
Jonathan, what JLR investigates, are the parents under an investigation?
You know, as I said the other day, we were going to try to determine exactly those 49 hours So right now, you know, anything's on the table. We still don't know what happened in those 49 hours, where she was. Did she have any help? We have no idea. You know, I read the statement from Mr. Anthony. That's all we know.
Keith Mims, WAGG 16, Southern Media. Chief, let me ask you this. What do you think prompted or provoked Carlee to do this kind of thing?
Great question.
And,
I was thinking that
are
too.
there any kind of mental issues that the police department or the public should be concerned about, or just what?
You know, not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's, you know, this is a very elaborate elaborate deal. I mean, when you talk about calling a 911 and being up on the interstate, again, it would all be conjecture. So really, I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have an opportunity to interview and we'd be able to ask her those questions.
Were any others involved in putting this story together for her?
Mr. Anthony, in his statement, says there was not.
Liviana Kelmy, WBRC Fox 6 News. You said that you had a meeting scheduled and it kind of switched into a statement. Did they give any type of reason that switched?
No, they did not.
Back here.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBTM 13. But just for clarification, Carlee Russell is not in custody right now.
That is correct. That is correct.
Not in custody right now. Okay.
David Lamb, once again. So first of all, when did you actually see this letter? And second of all, do these admissions and the content of the letter alter the investigation at all?
No, not at all. We'll continue to investigate. We're going to still try to determine where she was during those 49 hours. But I am glad that we received this. It at least puts some of the social media super sleuths hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as the conjecture of what everybody thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen. And, you know, we're thankful for that.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Oh, that's it. Come on. The questions are always so short, but yeah, crazy stuff, guys. So, okay. I guess the news is going to do what the news is going to do, but yeah, crazy stuff, guys. So Carlee Russell straight up lied. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to read a little bit of the, some notes here. So this was the biggest thing that stood out to me. So we just listened to the press conference, and basically what happened was the attorney, Carlee Russell's attorney, gave a statement to basically the police in Alabama. And what they said was there was no kidnapping. My client did not see a baby. My client did not leave the Hoover area. My client apologizes for her actions to this community. And my client, Carlee, asks for your forgiveness and prayers. I just think that there's personally no excuse. The only thing I can think of that might somewhat excuse her, guys, is if she's just like mentally ill, like serious mental illness. Like she has legit problems. She needs serious professional help. That's the only way I could see her getting out of this. But just to be frank, based on all the facts of the case and some of the actions that she did before, I don't really think she's mentally ill. That's just, well, I guess you got to be mentally ill to do something like this. So maybe not. I don't know. But my point is, I think she probably should be charged. That is what I honestly think. You can't just lie to the police like that. You know, this is very serious stuff. People really thought that she got kidnapped. People really thought that she got, you know, something bad happened to her, and people took it really seriously. You know, her coworkers were worried. Her family was worried. The news media was worried. A bunch of the community in Alabama were out looking for her and searching for her. It's like, you just don't lie about stuff like this, you know, like it's crazy. So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. Oh, sorry. I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and read some of the comments and see what you guys have to say. George says, I watch your vids. Your content is good. Thanks for your work. Thank you, George. Lady Freddie says she has mental issues. It's social media. I really feel sorry for her unless she cashes out and makes bank. Respect for the confession. See, lady, I don't know if I could give her respect for the confession because, I mean, she kind of didn't have a choice. Like, it was either she could make herself look somewhat decent of a person by just admitting to it, or she could let the police just say it. Because it was either going to be her or the police were going to come out and say it. So it was better that her attorney released that statement and just said she lied, because the police were going to hammer her. I'm telling you right now, the police were going to come out and say, based on our evidence, she lied about this, she lied about that, she's a pathological liar, she's crazy, and we're probably going to charge her. So I don't think she really had a choice. Was it the Google searches that gave it away? It wasn't just the Google searches. There was a lot regarding the case that didn't add up. The Google searches were definitely a big part of it. But the other part that was a huge part is they determined that they determined that the distance she walked was the equivalent of 6 football fields. So it was about 600 yards. There's no way a baby is walking 600 yards on the E-way and nobody saw it but her. So that alone was already made it obvious that she was lying. Like, if there's a baby on the highway, there's going to be witnesses. Trust me. There for 600 yards too. It's not like the baby walked 2 yards. She saw the baby, got it off the road, blah, blah, blah. No, 600 yards, all the cars driving around, somebody would have saw that. So I feel like that alone was really easy to kind of get her. And I remember when the case first happened, before they determined that she lied, as soon as I heard that there was a baby on the expressway, like on the side of the road walking, like a toddler, I knew it was a lie immediately. I'm like, this is such BS. Like, I already knew it. I wasn't going to say anything because at that time, everybody believed her and the police didn't do their investigation yet. But come on, people. Like, when do you ever see a random toddler walking on the expressway by themselves? Like, that never happens. That never, ever happens. Now, sure, there are some insane situations that happen with children. Like, you know, unfortunately, there have been situations, and this definitely has happened in Chicago, where somebody found a dead baby in a dumpster or crazy stuff like that. But you don't never find a regular child, 3-year-old, 2-year-old child walking on the side of the expressway. Like, that was just so ridiculous. I'm like, when have you ever seen that happen? Like, so that was already enough for me. But yes, the Google searches definitely got her. They saw what she was Googling. They're like, okay, so clearly she was planning this. This crime is solved. Let's move on. She got lost on a private. You're funny. What happened to the snacks from Target? Are they still missing? Yeah, they're still missing as far as I'm concerned. I think they are still missing. She stole. What did she steal? Didn't she steal like some snacks and like some other stuff from like her job? Oh, by the way, guys, apparently they fired her. Apparently she actually got fired from her job. So there's that. Don't make excuses for liars. I don't make excuses for liars. What's wrong with them? That's a good question, Cedric. Shout out to Cedric, man. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she clearly lied, which is just absolutely insane. Did Jussie Smollett ever confess? You know what's funny, Lady Freddie, about your question? The answer is no. He never, ever admitted guilt, even though he got convicted, even though the police already completely proved that he lied, even though the 2 witnesses, which was those Nigerian brothers that he paid, came out and said that he lied. To this day, Jussie Smollett still has never admitted guilt, and to this day still maintains that he's innocent. If that ain't mental illness, I don't know what is. Jussie Smollett is crazy. Hopefully Carlee, well, actually, we already know that Carlee's nowhere near as crazy as Jussie Smollett, because Jussie Smollett, even when he literally like got charges pressed against him by the police, he still refused to admit guilt. At least Carlee Russell is decent enough to admit that she lied before the charges got announced, because the police said they're probably going to announce charges, but they haven't done it yet. So she gets some credit for that. Like, she's way better than Jussie Smollett, in my opinion. Let's just make that very clear. It's just an athletic baby. Oh, yeah, sure. An athletic 3-year-old. That's funny. Someone get that baby an NFL contract. No, seriously. If you're a toddler and you can even walk 600 yards straight, you should get a contract. Like, that's insane. Does she need help with MI? If so, hopefully she'll seek and receive it. Yeah, she might. She might. I wasn't referring to you making excuses. I meant the reporter. Oh, okay, no problem, George. No problem. I appreciate the clarification. Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to watch some of this news coverage, we can kind of see what they have to say. Let's check out what the news has to say. Here we go.
Headway on so many cases that need attention because of
They
this.
won't.
I hope
They
this
won't.
doesn't
I don't-
diminish that
I
hope.
can speak for the people that I know that have watched WFLA Now streams for a long time.
Yeah.
That there's just such a tremendous amount of goodwill in the social media community that focuses on missing persons cases. This isn't, I don't think that's going to deter any of that. It's just frustrating for those who have loved ones who are missing. This is a case that received, and it stems from a woman sounding as if she's trying to do the right thing. Toddler on the side of the road, middle of the night in an interstate in central Alabama. My goodness, trying to call 911. He hears a scream. All of these details makes you think, oh my goodness, this is such a goodwill, such a story of good.
Okay, so the news media is just kind of dragging it out, guys. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. Like, it's really that simple. Like, you know what? Let's go ahead and go on Twitter. We're gonna go on Twitter. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go on Twitter. Twitter is, oh my God, X. I'm sorry, not Twitter, X. You guys see this at the top left? Can we talk about Elon rebranding Twitter to X? Like, that is crazy. And he really did it. You could literally see it right here. Like, this used to be the bird, the little blue bird. This, oh, sorry, let me remove this comment. That's funny that he really rebranded Twitter into X, which is so dumb. So now you have this X at the top left corner. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what the social media streets are saying about Carlee Russell. Let's see what people got to say. Let's read some tweets. Philip Lewis, a statement from Carlee's attorney. Okay, we already read that. A bunch of weird, random verified news. I guess these are like news aggregators. Come on, where's the updates? Where's the opinions? Carlee has provided a statement. Yeah, there's really not anything to say. I feel like the Jussie Smollett situation was a lot more juicy. No pun intended, because I know Dave Chappelle calls him Juicy Smollett or whatever. But you know, I think she helped herself because she admitted to it. I think that's way better than what Jussie Smollett did. Jussie Smollett's story was way crazier, just so we are clear on this. Like, his story was way crazier. He freaking paid these two Nigerian actors to tie him up and pretend to be Trump supporters. And he created this ridiculous story about how these two Trump supporters in Chicago, might I add, which is where I'm from and where I live. Like, he said the two Trump supporters in Chicago tied him up and spit on him and beat him up and just whatever. He saw this crazy stuff. And then he got outed for being a liar. And to this day, he still refused to admit that he did it. People are crazy. And by the way, I know a lot of you guys aren't going to say it, but don't worry. Your boy Echoes will say it for you. Okay. Because I'm thinking the same thing. This ain't making black people look good at all. Okay. In the last like 3 years, we've had two black people do something really, really dumb. Okay. National stories with them just absolutely lying. Now, most of you guys know this, so I don't think I'm saying anything new here, but black stories like this. Well, Jussie Smollett was a celebrity, so we'll kind of exclude him. His story is going to get covered regardless because he's a famous actor. But stories like this, there's a lot of black people missing in America, but the stories rarely get covered. Now, I will say this. They do get covered locally. I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. There's a lot of black people that go missing in Chicago, and thankfully those stories do get covered locally. Unfortunately, many of these stories do not make the national news. So it's very unfortunate that, because can anybody think off the top of their head, when's the last time you saw a national story of a black person missing? Think about it. We've seen a lot of stories of, especially like white women. I can name a few, but I can't think of any black ones that we've seen. Like, we've rarely seen it. So we finally have one that makes national news. And the reason why it making national news important is because normally when things make national news, there's a higher sense of urgency to find this person, because now it's a big deal. It's like, oh my God, everybody's covering it. Everybody's talking about it. It's become just one of those things that the entire country is invested in. So now it makes it even more important to find this person. So the fact that she lied is just, oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. And you know what else is sad too? And in a sick, twisted way, I hate to say this, but part of me is kind of glad that she lied, and hear me out, because I would rather it be a lie than her go missing. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. What she did was awful, but in terms of the two choices that we could have had, we could have either had two choices. Either she literally got abducted and could have very well been dead or R-worded or something, or she lied. I just thank God that she didn't get kidnapped, because that is an awful, horrible thing. And human trafficking is real. Like, that really happens in this country. And it's just absolutely insane. So, yeah, it's just sad that she lied like that. But yeah, I think she should be charged. I mean, unless they can actually prove that like something's like seriously mentally wrong with her, I think she should be charged. And let's be real, guys. This is Alabama. They're absolutely going to charge her. This ain't Maine or Vermont or something. Like, this is Alabama. They are definitely going to charge her. The question is, how hard are they going to go? Are they literally going to throw the book at her, or are they just basically going to charge her with lying to police? Because I think Jussie Smollett, how many years did he serve? Didn't he sit in jail for like 2 years and they let him out or something like that? I don't think she's going to go to jail for a long time. Let me read some comments, by the way. I'm a little behind. Okay, we got us some comments. So much drama in this crazy world. I know. Who you telling? A lot of drama. Elon has to compete with Threads app. I don't think he has to compete with Threads app. Threads app is kind of dying, so I don't think he has to compete. She should start a course on how to get kidnapped. Funny. Man, crazy. Okay, well, yeah, that's really all I got, guys. There's really no point in me being live too long. I mean, she lied. That's what happened in the press conference. She's gonna get charged. She will probably very likely end up going to jail. And yeah, that's really all I got. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you being in my the third live stream I've ever held on this channel. So appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. Anybody have any last minute thoughts? Any last minute things to say besides the fact that this girl lied and she's crazy? Anything? No? Okay. Well, nobody has anything to say. Okay, well, that's really all I got. I'm going to go ahead and close the live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.